is Bulldozer. Okay, folks.
I stand corrected.
All right. My name is Annette Brown. Best for the people who have not met me before. I was the co-founder of the Friends of the Poinciana Hospital, who made the hospital here in Poinciana a reality, along with Val Ramos, who, by the way, Val Ramos, when we went up to Tallahassee to fight for this hospital, Val Ramos was on the stand for 4 hours. They tried to impeach him because he said we had more than 50,000 people here, and they didn't believe him because Jeanette Kokenauer made an announcement that day that with the foreclosures, our numbers were dropping. So they tried to impeach him, but he won, okay? The hospital is expanding, as you know, and should be opening up the new areas in November. We have so much going on here that's good. And for these people to come in our house and throw us out, I cannot even imagine somebody coming in my house and telling me to get out. And that's what FSR has done. When they first announced that we were going to get a management company, I protested it and I sent an email to all the board saying, don't do it. You have never had a management company here. You don't even know how to watch them to make sure they're doing the right things. I've worked for a management company, I know exactly what they do. And then right behind that, they bought in First 100 to handle our debt and sell our debt to, FSR sold our debt to First 100. I sent another email to all the board, don't do it. The end game is to put liens against your houses and then take them for less money. They did not listen, they brought in those people. They said, oh, we're selling your debt for $4 million worth of debt, I believe, for $1 million? $1.3 million. Then they bought another company to take more debt from us. So now what happens is, when you get a letter saying that you are in arrears, that first letter costs how much?
$175.
And then the APV has to pay $800.
That's on the second letter.
On the second letter. So people here went from owing $250 up to some cases $2,000, $4,000, even $6,000. Men have come to my house from Bright House, and I said, you live here in Poinciana? Oh yeah, I live in Village 7. I said, so what's happening with your dues? One guy said, I'm up to $6,000, and I have to leave. He said, when it hit $2,000, he said, oh, my girlfriend says pay it. So when he went to pay it, they said, no, you now owe $4,000. Okay? And it just went on and on. To Mr. Jolie stepped in and helped. How many people did you help?
20.
20 people. How many people do we have in arrears now?
About 8,000.
What's the reason? Why are people in arrears? Are they putting people in arrears for no reason, for being 1 day late?
Yes.
For being 1 month late? Yep. People have been sick and could not get their bills paid. Nobody called them and say, hey, we noticed something is wrong with you. You never had this problem before. Why aren't you paying your dues? I did that 30 years ago when I worked in housing, and I was in charge of the dispossessors and evictions. When I realized that so many people weren't paying, I sent out a letter. And I said, can you come into the office? And when they came in the office, I found out half of them were senior citizens who would get their check until the third of the month. It was something as simple as that, making a letter out, sending it out, and getting on the phone and talking to people. I revised everything and saved them $11 million over 5 years. So I'm telling you, nobody here gets in contact with anyone to see, hey, why aren't you paying? Is there some reason for it? With Geraldine, her mother-in-law was not getting, elderly woman, was not getting her notices. They sent it up to New York. She had no idea that she was getting her notices. She was an older woman. She didn't even notice it was missing. How much in arrears was she, Geraldine?
I think it was about 6,000.
That's
what the charges though.
That's what the charges. That's what all the fees they put on top of it. These are the kind of things that this company is doing on purpose. When they came in, I said, are you affiliated with First 100? Are you affiliated, the second group, I asked if you were affiliated with FSR. They said, well, yeah, they're part of our organization. Nobody did anything. Let's move forward to this buildings they put in over here. When they came in here and said, we're going to give you a new community center and a pool and all that stuff, And Williams Company is gonna build it. I said, well, what happened to the RFPs, request for proposals? No request for proposals. Don Gordon had been asking for a feasibility study for a whole year. He got so upset one day, he came in here when his father died to say that these people here should be thrown out. Nothing was done. And the next minute they went and signed a contract with Williams and Company on the line where the dollar amount was supposed to go. They had TBD, to be determined. How much? Oh wait, say it.
They never brought the contract to the board for review. One person signed the contract, one.
They never took it to the
didn't
lawyer.
take it to the lawyer to review it.
There's no way I would have let you sign that contract with a TBD on the price.
TBD. Then they put in a change order for how much?
$3.7 million.
Our money.
TBD means to be determined. That means there's no price. It's an open-ended contract. Contract has to have a price. Okay? So that was the next thing they did. So then I stood up and I said, excuse me, why are you building all this here? I went to Osceola County a year ago and asked them to revamp Vance Harmon Park and help us put a pool in there. And they had been negotiating with FSR for a year. Ms. Renata Ward, who was the president at that time, said, Ms. Brown, I don't know what you're talking about. So then Mark Maldonado said, yeah, well, we've been talking to them for a year and we're in negotiations and they're bringing in CBDG money and all kind of money to build, to redo the park, which, by the way, is going to start, I think, in September and October for revamping. The only thing we would have had to pay for was the pool. The building, the gym, everything, the revamping, we didn't have to pay for. So what was the reason for putting this thing here? Now, this was supposed to be, the building was supposed to be 12,000 square feet. It's downsized to 10,000 square feet. The pool was supposed to be 250, I think it's down to 175? 145.
145.
Same price. But no, they told Mr. Iorio, who signed off on that, said to save money. How are you going to save money on TBD? So, you know, they want it, and these gentlemen laugh when I say it, they want to keep us bare feet and pregnant. They don't want us to know what's going on in this community. They come to your house, they sit down in your living room, and they say, what is it you want, Ms. Brown?
Yes.
We will give it to you. And they never give it to you. I asked them last year about the budget. When I looked, first place they only gave us 24-hour notice to come to a meeting. When I sent the email out real quick, they had a little tiny room and it filled up. I started asking them questions. I said, wait a minute, this budget doesn't make sense. You've got a bunch of stuff moving around here. Where's this public works? Where's the recreation? Oh, well, we moved that over here. It was in the wrong place and we moved this over here. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So they said, well, Ms. Brown, can you wait till the end of the meeting? And we can answer your questions. All of a sudden, he had to hurry out of the meeting, Danny Ellis, he had to hurry out of the meeting because he had an emergency. The next day, the board approved that budget without any idea of what they were looking at.